We'll get into one of the reasons why this is often vetoed and often not seen. It might even factor in. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss for Team Vitality. It is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran for Team Falcons. It is Bunny. Here we go. As our players do settle in. And again, welcome to Title Citadel. Title Citadel is an interesting map in the map pool. It does have more spread out bases. Defending your third, your fourth base, your fifth base can be very difficult to keep up with aggressive rotations as a defending player. But the other big factor is the gold expansion. Usually on maps like this does heavily favor Protoss players. The reason for that is it is a lot more common for Protoss players to gain map control to contain the Terran. And if that's the case here on Title Citadel, that means that the Protoss gets a free gold. So they're able to capitalize on that advantage even further. So as a result, we often do see more aggressive builds. Speaking of it, double gas opener from Bunny, faster factory. We'll see if this leads into Cyclone drops. We'll see if this leads into potentially Banshee base play or faster starports. We'll keep an eye on Bunny. But yes, this gold base does give Protoss a massive boost, typically in TVP in the mid game. So we'll see how Bunny will approach. Sorry, just opening up the window. It's getting very hot. Very hot here in Australia. We'll make it, baby. We'll make it. Is the one event fund an actual rabbit, or are we sending our favorite SC2 player off? You saying we're sending Bunny off to the vet? No. No, yes, we have the... Actually, hold on. I got you. Exclamation mark, Bunny can... Yes, we have two pet bunnies. Two pet bunnies. Chi-Chi and Karina. Chi-Chi and Karina. Not to be confused with Korean bunny. True, true. Or Danish bunny. Also true. Not to be confused. As Bunny does open up, Reaper Hellion is going for a starport follow-up at the same time as Zoun going to be opening up with a Twilight Council. Very safe play to Zoun. You can see safety shield battery in the main base, safety shield battery here at the natural as well. So very safe play here by Zoun, considering he didn't really get to see too much. He didn't see the gases necessarily, did not confirm the CC timing. Hallucination will now give him the information he's been looking for. So now he confirms the CC is not yet done, the starport is. Gets eyes on the add-ons as well. We'll see if Bunny can break into a mineral line. Oh. Does dive into the main. We'll lose one of the Hellions in the process. Again, we have that safety shield battery, so it does come into play. And Bunny won't get anything done. Yes. No. Yeah, the Reaper is one of them will escape. The Hellion gets a couple of volleys, but the shield battery ensures that nothing goes down. And in the end, it was worth it. Typically, it's a little bit inefficient to invest as heavily into early game defenses, but no, it was worth it. Zoun, he doesn't sustain any losses. You can see here, not losing a single unit. Zoun kills 2 Hellions and 2 Reapers, and now Zoun can take a third. So very nice start here out of Zoun. Bunny going for the follow-up with a mine drop. And honestly, there's a lot of pressure here on Bunny to get some value. To get some kind of value here. As the job does make its way into the main. Does try to get in. Barely does survive. But the Woodermines are in an awkward position. Yeah, my shot goes off, doesn't kill anything. Thankfully, one Woodermine does get out. But this has been a really rocky start for Bunny. We'll see. We'll see when Zoun loses a unit. That's what I'm concerned by. As Bunny, who loses one of his Widow Mines, he doesn't kill a single probe. The second mine and the drop itself is going to be zoned back. So the early game aggression here for Bunny just has not paid for itself. Hasn't gotten any value. Now this is still building up towards a stim timing at least. Like again, we're still building up in towards that later aggression. But usually you want to be in a better position for that. Zoun, he's fanning out. Catching at the Reaper. Behind this we have the Bay on the way for Colossus production. Zoun, he's getting there. Este pecoeta. Calm down, Pappy, calm down. About to get a foot of snow. Oh my god. Protect your feet, Pappy. Protect your feet. As the Mind Jump moves back out. Here comes Bunny. Remember, this is lined up with Stim. Stim is finishing up in a couple of seconds. Gets one, gets two. Ooh, two Stalkers go down. Zoun was distracted. Finally, Zoun taking some damage. Not a bad start for Bunny. As Bunny is pushing. It's going to be on Zoun to engage ahead of time. We have two tanks. We have 4 Marauders. 2 with the main army. Ooh, Zoun does actually miss the main army. Uh-oh. Yeah, tanks are sieging up. Zoun in an awkward position. Oh no, does miss rally into tank fire. And he will lose the third base. Yeah, third base goes down. Zoun, he's struggling here. Let's try to engage. Once again, nice kiting here by Bunny. And Bunny doesn't need to keep pushing. He's already got what he wanted. He got his third base. Now we can back off, get a pylon, pull away, and get further ahead. Oh. At the same time, nice run by here. Does he force a cancel? He does. Zoun does get the cancellation. But who do we favor here? 2 base versus 2 base. Better position for Bunny. Like, Bunny is in a better position. He's got the stronger economy, the larger army. Again, Zoun had a very nice early game, but everything kind of went south when Bunny pushed out. We saw that Zoun, he bled out 2 Stalkers. Ideally, when it comes to these pushes, the Protoss player needs to slow this down, but Zoun was out of position. If you remember, he was out of position. He was moving here on the right-hand side. He missed the main army. He got caught with his pants down. The pants were down. Bad. Oof. Cancel on the 4th base. Again, the 3rd is non-existent. And Zoun, he can't quite keep up. Oh my god! as the War Prism goes down. Prism goes down, which means Bunny doesn't have to worry about a counterattack. Doesn't have to leave supply back at home. So army does commit in. Oof, missile goes off. And missile goes off. Bunny pushing further forward, and Zoun, he is in trouble here. Zoun getting desperate, going for the gold. Very ambitious. Very ambitious. Bunny once again just taking it slow. There's no need to overreact. There's no need to overextend. Just pulls away, consolidates his army, and getting ready for the next wave. So 5's going to be 7 Vikings. And Bunny's almost maxed out. Zalse hit the third base. Bunny's in position. Shuts down the Zalarambai. Zoun, sure, he's getting his golds up and running like he just recalled over. Ugh. Now, technically, if Bunny is too passive, then this go base can pay for itself. True, true. If Bunny is too passive. But he's, as I say that, he's pushing it. Like he's already here. He's pushing into the third. Tanks are moving forward. There is a disruptor. There he goes off. And no major connection. Zoun going for a massive Zalarambai. Okay. Bunny's maxed out. So back at home, he doesn't really have much to defend. So Bunny's distracted. We'll lose one of the tanks. One tank left. And Zalse getting damage done, but at the same time, Zoun, he will lose his third. Third base does full. Zalse catching reinforcements. Ooh, as Ghost just rallying in. Uh-oh. Ghost rallying to the death, so a messy defense here by Bunny, but he will still defend. As the Vikings, we just see Zoun. Yeah, he's still stuck on 2 bases. His gold is helping, true. No shot. The gold is helping, and Bunny doesn't know. You can see Bunny has vision on the left-hand side with the Wintermine. He just scanned here for the third base. Bunny thinks he's further ahead. That's going to be 27 SCBs. And hopefully he checks the golds. Hopefully. 30 SCBs go down to the Zalarambai. Again, very messy defense here by Bunny. Bunny now knows. Better engage. Better engage for Bunny. And the score base is going to be cleaned up. But we're getting messy. Getting messy. Took a long time for this goal to be found. Zoun is going for the base trade. He's going for the base trade. This is the best case scenario for Zoun. He caused a lot of chaos. Again, that Zalarambai killed 30 SCVs. Bunny should have been in a better position. And Bunny's racing home. He's out of position. He's out of position. Oof. Este Bunny. Bunny turns back around. Zoun building on more disruptors, which means he can take a better fight. As Bunny's rotating, you can see he's down triple expanding, by the way. He's taking his linear third, his triangle third, and his linear fourth base. Triple expanding, nice. Oh, armor shred. Armor shred goes off, clipping the army. This Bunny does have to respect those Novas. Pulls away, nice EMPs. EMPs goes off. The Novas, they will connect. The tank goes down. And still very clutch, very messy. The Viking count gets completely reset. Colossus, they reign supreme. And Zoun is holding. Yeah, Zoun, he does hold. Shuts down the Viking, shuts down the tanks, even catching the final ghost. Oh. Ta-da! The final ghost goes down. And again, Bunny was in such a good position here. But again, the goal base took so long for him to find it. It did pay for itself. He just scanned, he just saw the new third. Zoun, he saved his fourth base as well. And Zoun is taking a lead. Zoun is taking a lead. Remember, in that fight, he retained the disruptors, he retained the Colossus, he retained his high-tech units. Bunny did not. Zoun catches out more Marauders at the same time. Bunny does get across the map. There's a recall. Ah. It's a recall back home. Bunny just cannot find any damage. And Bunny's bleeding out too much. He's just bleeding out too much at this point. And there's only 2 Vikings. GG gets called, and Zoun, he does take game number 1. He takes a lead in the series. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth. Honestly, Bunny was ahead. He had a lead. Bunny was in a better position. Bunny, he killed the third base. He killed the third base. He was containing Zoun. He had a better economy, a larger army to work with as well. How did Zoun recover in this game? 2 things. 1, the Zealot run-by. If you remember, that Zealot run-by killed 30 SCVs. It took Bunny a long time to deal with it. It looked like he wasn't really focusing or paying too much attention to his defense back at home. It was bleeding out a lot of units. He was leaving Zealots idle as well, and those Zealots, they killed so many SCVs. On top of that, the gold base, it was a really cheeky move out of Zoun to go for the gold, and he was able to saturate, able to build it up, able to have it pay for itself, even more than pay for itself, and get ahead in that way instead. We saw that Bunny, he believed he was containing his opponent on 2 bases when really he was on 3. Really, he had a gold. GG. GG, well played. So cheeky moves there by Zoun. He does come back. He does recover. Very impressive comeback there. And we'll see if he can claim the series here and now, or if Bunny can force the ace match. Let's go. I'm going to be loading into Ruby Rock, one of these smaller maps, a much smaller map than the map pool. Aggression is typically favored here. Eyes are going to be on Bunny. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss. We have the Blue Protoss leading the series 1-0. For Team Vitality, it is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. For Team Falcons, it is Bunny. That's gonna be a short one. As Zoun moves in, I don't know if you saw the camera, I don't know if you saw the camera location earlier, but yep, Zoun, he made a beeline here towards the linear 3rd location. Zoun is going for the proxy. He's going for the proxy. Currently, Bunny is in the dark. We'll see if Bunny goes for a double gas opener again. He went for a double gas opener last game. If he does go for it here, he'll be able to have an easier defense. We'll see. As we have the proxy 2 gates, Bunny does go for the second gas. Okay. So what does this mean? So because we have a second gas geyser for Bunny, that means that Bunny is going to be prioritizing his factory. Yes, his CC is going to be delayed, that is true, but with a faster factory, that means just faster units, a higher unit count, I should say, earlier on, and Bunny should be able to have the tools to defend here against what Zoun is going for. Should have the tools. We'll see if Bunny goes for the low ground CC. If he goes for the low ground command center, then there is a chance that Zoun could even force a cancel. True, that can still happen. Bunny going reactor first. Ooh, okay. Let's go reactor first. Here come the first wave of Zealots. Remember, the Cybercore is still on the way, so you cannot make any Stalkers or Adepts or anything like that. Has to be Zealot initially, followed by the Stalkers. So again, hybrid come into play here by Zoun. Zoun, he didn't scout up the ramp. We have our reactor Reaper Hellion. Bunny is going for the low ground CC. So we'll see if Zoun can delay and maybe even force a cancel. Zoun is waiting for his Stalkers. They're being chronoed as we speak. Zealots are moving in. And now Bunny knows. Yep, instant cancel. Instant cancellation. Again, if we had the high ground CC instead, then it would have continued. Bunny going for the bunker. Does pull a couple of boys here to repair. Oh. So, nice control. Control as well, keeps Reaper alive. Oh, some Marines are being targeted. Oh, the bunker, no! Yeah, we never had any Reaper aggression on the bunker. Some Marines are being focused down. The bunker will not finish. SCVs are falling. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Too much damage here. The Cyclone will shut this down eventually. But does he get the Debo? He does! Oh, Debo falls. 7 SCV kills, getting up to 8, getting up to 9. 8, 9, 10 SCVs going down. This is becoming critical damage. Stalker breaks a lock on. Cleans up every Marine. Oof. And this is too much. 13 dead SCVs. 13 SCV kills. And now Bunny, he has potential to counterattack. He has got his Cyclone. Never mind Zoun making adepts. He can just keep shading, keep threatening. And back at him is taking up. The Natural's halfway done. We have the Twilight Council on the way for Blink. And Bunny's down to 14 SCVs. 14 SCVs and no command center in sight. He's going for the Starport, essentially forced into a one base all in. Door opens, they continue. They continue back. So you're just focusing on the Marines. Not the most ideal trade for Zoun, losing his Stalkers. But I mean, does trade nonetheless. The lack of gateways back at him is a little bit concerning. And he's got to warp in. So Zoun is down to 1 gateway. That is all the production he has, by the way. 1 gateway. Did decide to go for the Twilight Council. So Zoun can warp in 1 unit at a time. Bunny, can he punish? With 2 Cyclones, he can. 100%. Oh boy. It was a nice start for Zoun, but can he hold on? His first lock-on. Lock-on gets broken. Tank is on the way. Speaking of, the tank is here. And here comes Bunny with his 1 base all in. Again, remember, he chose not to expand, chose not to get the CC. At the same time, Zoun chose not to get a robo. Ooh. Tank volley is going off, getting 1 of the Stalkers. Gets 2. 2 Stalkers go down. At the same time, Zoun did snipe the tank. Boys are being pulled. Oof. Yeah, messy defense here out of Zoun, but Zoun, he might just barely be able to hold on. He's got his shield batteries. Oh my god. Yeah, barely has his shield batteries here. He does almost focus on the Cyclone. Nice juggling out of Bunny, but he's down to 1 Cyclone. There's the NG overcharge. NG overcharge pops up. Tars running Avenge. He's down to 3, soon to be 4 Stalkers. There is another tank. Another tank has arrived. Blink is almost done. Uh oh. Yeah, Blink finishing up in 5 seconds. Zoun is going for the dive. Blink's in. Does 2-shot. 2 shots of tanks, and with that Zoun, he will clean this up. There's no more tanks, no more Cyclones. Oh my god. And Medevac goes down, and Zoun, he will be advancing on. GG gets called. Zoun will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the winners match. GG. GG, well played. Again, Zoun achieved so much damage early on. Unfortunately, Bunny, he was unable to finish up his bunker, so he bled out so many Marines trying to defend. Without a Marine count, the Stalkers maintained their position, killed so many SCVs, and by the end, he had lost, what, 13 SCVs? It was insane damage, stuck in 1 base as well, forced into a 1 base all-in. There was potential with the 1 base all-in. Thankfully for Bunny, there was no defensive robo, and there was only 1 gateway back at home that was powered, so it was still a very, very close hold. There was potential where Bunny could have maybe won that game, but barely not. GG. GG, well played. Barely was unable to. And with that, Zoun will advance on into the winners match. Here we go. Does advance on, and with that, we can catch up on the bracket itself. Un momento, baby.